It is your Classic Metal Show right here on the ClassicMetalShow.com from the March of the Saint release. That is Armored Saint, one of my favorite bands of all time with Can You Deliver? Can you deliver, Mr. Aiken?
We'll see. I haven't been so far, but I'm about to get into it.
Okay.
I'm feeling like I'm just like a half step behind tonight for some reason. I don't know why. I really don't. Do you think that too? I'm just like slow or something.
Yeah, you just seem a little distracted. That's why I asked you earlier. Are you distracted?
And I'm not. I'm literally just sitting here doing the show. I'm just.
All right.
When I stop. I don't know what's going on. I'm just a fucking idiot.
All right. A couple of stories from the neck of your second home.
All right. What do we got for shit's puke?
All right. Loud sex is finally too much for cancer-stricken neighbors.
Cancer-stricken?
Yes.
Okay.
Some nights before 2, her daughter went to bed, Tanya Sailor would give them headphones.
Headphones. I get it.
They would help block the noise, the music, the threats, and the sex noises.
The sex noises.
The sex noises, the dirty talk.
Dirty, filthy sex.
The sounds were coming from the other side of the wall, the room shared with a neighbor in a row house. Sometimes they lasted until 3 a.m.
Wow.
Sailor, her terminally ill husband, and her 5 children, all ages 9 to 17, and one with cancer.
Oh, my God.
Dealt with the noise for 2 years, she said.
Okay.
It's pretty pathetic when you have to have a protocol due to your neighbor's actions, Sailor said on Monday.
Yeah.
In April, the neighbor, Amanda Marie Warfel, 25, pleaded guilty to disorderly conduct and harassment charges for incidences that took place in February and March, according to charging documents.
So they filed charges on her for fucking her boyfriend?
No, there's more to it than that.
Oh, okay.
These charges were reduced to non-traffic citations, according to the office of the judge, John H. Fisher of York County District. Right. A charge of ethnic intimidation originally filed against Warfield in connection with the February 28th incident was dropped. 2 of Sailor's daughters, ages 15 and 17, share a room in the row house. That room shares a wall with Walfer's room, she said. Okay. When the noise first became an issue about 2 years ago, Sailor said she would knock on the door and ask Walfer to quiet down. It didn't help.
Yeah, I'd make more noise if somebody did that to me, but go ahead.
Warfel would call her daughters names and threaten them, she said.
Through the wall?
Well, it didn't really say how or where. As she was having sex, she would describe the acts loudly enough for the girls to hear.
That is so funny. Oh, stick that big sweaty cock in my ass.
Right.
Just being all loud and shit.
Oh, your balls are so sweaty. Smack me with that big cock.
So good.
Yep. On March 21st, Warfel was loudly fornicating and banging around her bedroom to the degree that the victim's dresser and her own bed shook, the document stated.
Horrors.
The dresser and the wall shook.
Yeah. Well, we don't know how thick the walls are. I mean, if they're thin walls, which obviously they are, if they can hear what each other's saying.
Sure.
You know,
well, it's a row house. It's a cheaply built.
Yeah.
You know, to just basically house the low income.
Yeah. Why don't you get a better house?
Why don't you go out and earn a better income and stop banging out kids?
Yeah, exactly. Or get on the system so that you can. If she's got 6 kids or what'd she say, 5?
5 kids.
Just get on the system. She can get a better house. She'll make enough money.
Well, see, here's the thing, and this is just me as a social, just socially conscious, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
If you are not of the means to support a large family,
mm-hmm.
why are you banging out a kid every 9 months to 2 years? Why are you doing that?
You get an extra $800 on the check.
That's stupid.
What's an extra $800?
It doesn't matter, but you end up living in a row house.
Well, there's that. But
that's the thing. It's just like, why do you do this to yourself? You're the one putting yourself in this hole.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean that figuratively. I don't mean that literally. Haley Kill, caller, you're on the air.
The house must have been made of gyprock.
All right, Tim. I think you're done tonight.
Yeah, Tim, you're overstaying your welcome. But see, this is the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I always hear about the poor and the underprivileged and this and that, but you always find out that their lifestyle and their choices in life
mm-hmm.
have more or less been their biggest handicap.
Right.
Because they put themselves in that position.
What's the cheapest apartment you ever lived in?
Well, obviously I'm not a young guy anymore, but when I was younger,
mm-hmm.
I lived in Medina. Well,
okay.
I mean, even when I went to college, I had a studio apartment. It was basically a 1-room apartment,
mm-hmm.
and I think I paid $200 a month for that.
Okay. You could hear your neighbors?
Yes, I could.
You could hear the guy upstairs if you were on a lower floor?
Yeah, well, it was a single level.
Okay, so you didn't have an upstairs, but you could hear your neighbors.
I could.
And anytime they had a fight, you had to deal with it.
Yes, absolutely.
Whenever they'd be screaming and hollering and fucking or whatever, you had to listen to it, right?
Sure, absolutely.
You'd turn it up just a little bit louder, right? So that you would, or your TV or your radio or something, so you wouldn't have to listen to it as much, right?
Sure. Well, before I bought my house, the current one that I live in,
yeah,
I lived in an apartment for 2 years.
Right.
And
mm-hmm.
it did have an upstairs.
Right.
And the upstairs was occupied by a single mother with three girls.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to assume she worked on Sundays.
Mm-hmm.
Her 3 girls used to run back and forth and jump on furniture because on Sundays,
mm-hmm.
I would wake up to literally the walls shaking because the girls were jumping up and down on the beds or jumping off the furniture and stuff. And, my whole ceiling would just go boom.
Wait a minute. And you didn't run to your newscast?
No, I didn't do that.
You didn't go to your social media page and tell the world?
No, I didn't do that either.
The hell's wrong with you?
Yeah. But it literally would cause the pictures that I had on the wall to go sideways.
Right.
That's how much, chaos they were causing upstairs.
Right. So why don't you live in an apartment now?
Because I've chosen to better myself and own my own home.
Yeah, you got the fuck away.
Yeah. And I haven't banged out a half a dozen kids to where I can't afford not to have a home.
Well, yeah. Exactly.
But see, I've made responsible choices for myself.
Yeah. If you have 5 kids, you're not supposed to be earning a living of $30,000 a year.
Yeah.
You got 5 kids, figure $15,000 a kid. That's kind of the rule, isn't it?
I don't know what the rule is these days because I've never had children, but the fact of the matter is,
mm-hmm.
I have a hard time, and this is what makes me one of those mean conservative, maybe considered Republican guys.
Okay.
I have very little empathy for people who cry poor, but they banged out like a half a dozen kids.
Yeah. Well, why should you?
But see, the political correct community leads you to believe that you should somehow feel sorry for these people and that something more should be done. It's just like, no, the reason you are where you're at and your circumstances that surround you is due to your personal choices.
Sure. I'm of the belief that if you're going to, I don't believe I believe after 2 kids, you shouldn't get any more money.
Well, it doesn't matter. I'm just.
It does matter.
Well, I agree with you. I'm just saying to you that, but see again, this goes down to the whole voting base again. If you, Chris Aiken, were running for some kind of a government office,
right? Sure.
And you made a statement like that, there goes your voting base.
Of course, I know. But I still think it.
Yeah, I get that. But it's just
the problem is we make it too easy.
True. Or you pander. You pander to people, go, oh, I feel your pain. I feel your pain.
Yeah. We should have we should have the cap should be at 2. And if you have 2, then you have to you can get your check for 2, but they should have to do 10 hours a week of community service.
Well, see, now you're regulating people's what do you want to call it? Free choice or morality or whatever you want. I don't know. They'll attach some kind of a word to this.
Yeah,
that you're somehow interfering with their pursuit of happiness.
Your pursuit of happiness doesn't include fucking me paying for it. It's not my fucking problem.
See, but that's an uncaring, hateful way of looking at things.
Yeah, because I wish, as far as I'm concerned, everybody around me can die. I don't need them.
Well, then you'll never hold a political office, you hateful bastard.
You think I'm going to get there anyway with these audio of this show out there?
No, but my point is that as a politician, this will never be a rule that's accepted because now you're alienating a certain demographic.
Yep, I agree.
So that's the reason it'll never get done, is because if you speak common sense and say, hey, you know what, after this point, you're cut off. You're a mean, heartless bastard. Don't you have a heart? Don't you want to take care of your constituents? It's like, you know what? I'm not going to pay for your poor choices.
No, not my. Why should I pay for them? Why do I have to pay for me and them? Pay for your own self, you fucks.
So again, this is poor choices. So you live in a row house with loud neighbors who are out there banging and having sex, and now you're complaining and go, you know what? They're just my kids. They should be more concerned about my kids. No, they're your kids. These are your choices. This is where you choose to live. Your circumstances have put you in this place, so you deal with it.
Yeah.
Period. I'm calling the police, man.
Nope.
Tired of it.
I'm with you.
All right. When the noise first became an issue about 2 years ago, Sailor said she would knock on the door and ask Warfel to quiet down, but it didn't help. Warfel would call her daughter's names and threaten them, she said. On March 21st, Warfel was loudly fornicating in her bedroom, and let's see here. My screensaver went on. To the degree that the victim's dresser in her own bed shook. A family member knocked on the common wall, but Warfel yelled back, and the noise became louder. Hey, knock it off over there. Fuck you!
Exactly.
At around 11:15 p.m. Eastern Time, February 28th, Warfel made racist comments.
Oh, my God.
And ignored requests to turn down her music. According to the charging documents, one of Sailor's daughters, who was trying to sleep, again asked Warfel to turn down the music. And Warfel allegedly responded by using derogatory language. Shut up, you little cunt. Doesn't say that, but I can just imagine that.
Wouldn't you at this point put a fucking television or something right next to that wall and just play porn every night?
I don't know. You got it's just, this again is tit for tat type stuff.
Sure.
So here we go. Here comes the kicker. The daughter is black.
What?
The documents state.
Hars.
But it wasn't about the racial comments. Not really, Sailor said. We're not a family that gets easily offended.
Clearly you are.
It was about the effect that the situation was having on my family. She harassed my kids for 2 years, Sailor said. We let it go for 2 years. I shouldn't have let it go that long. I would have started calling the police a year ago.
And the police will come and say there's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
What are the cops going to do?
Well, again, this again, government intervention, and you've got to make this better for me, and yeah, it just never gets better. Warfel's loudness would keep her two daughters up so late that one would have trouble getting to school on time the next morning.
Not their problem.
On 2 occasions, the state police wrote notes to the school to excuse her lateness. Their mom said the state police.
State police wrote a Molly's tired.
Yeah, she's tired. We were there at 2:00 this morning because the lady next door was fucking loudly. Her 17-year... Look at how we make fun of such a tragic situation.
Well, we should make fun of it because it's stupid. It's not tragic here.
I agree. Her 17-year-old daughter, who has cancer, needed to be quarantined after getting treatment. She stayed in the room for 10 days in January because she had to be isolated up there. During that time, Warfel had sex nonstop.
Wow, that's a lot of sex.
Nonstop.
Nonstop sex.
And she made sure my daughter heard her.
She might as well hear it since she's going to be dead before she can have any.
You hear that, you little black girl? I'm fucking a guy.
That's right. He's putting white stuff on me, unlike the black stuff that's growing in you.
Right.
Cancer-laden bitch.
Yeah, I'm sucking his dick. I'm sucking his dick. You hear me, you little black girl?
Guess what? Guess what, cancer bitch? I'm healthy, and I'm fucking.
Right. Oh, yeah, that's right. Put it in my ass. Put it in my ass.
Like the cancer got in her ass.
There's the neighbors right there. Look at Nathan's got the neighbors.
There they are. Oh, they're not banging on the walls.
Wow. I couldn't do anything, Sailor said. I couldn't be around her. Nobody could.
The guy could.
And the mother of 5 hardly ever saw Warfel. She stayed cooped up in the neighbor row home, she said. The first time she had seen her in a while was at a preliminary hearing in April. She was in that house just having sex nonstop.
It's like Pacific Heights does porn.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
One man after another entered that apartment, just dipping his cock into her wet hole.
Wow.
I could hear it. I could hear it through the walls.
Is that her official statement?
It was terrible. Needless to say, that's how I banged out 5 kids. Yeah. So I know that sound. It's very familiar to me.
She's quiet when she bangs them out.
Right.
We have a picture of this bitch. She's got to be horrendous.
Oh, my God. I don't have a picture, no.
What's her name?
Who the lady? The girl who's banging out people?
No, yeah.
Let's see. What is her name? Let's see here. According to blah, 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 blah. No, it gives her name. Warfel. W-A. Let's see. Amanda Marie Warfel. W-A-R-F-E-L. She's 25.
One that's fucking, or that's the one that has the 5 kids?
No, that's the one that's fucking.
I want the one with the 5 kids.
Oh, the one who's got the 5 kids. Her last name is Sailor. Let's see, S-A-Y-L-O-R.
Okay.
Let's see, blah, blah, blah. The sounds from the... It just says Tanya, Tanyasaylar. Tanya Sailor is the complainant. And it's in Red Lion, PA.
Yeah,
all right.
Let's see. This is who I believe to be Tanya Sailor.
Well, that's the girl who got arrested. Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't tell you if that's her or not.
Or Nathan put up the picture of the other girl.
Yeah, the other girl, the 25-year-old.
Yeah, I think that's Tanya Sailor right there.
Could be.
What the fuck that?
Well, again, these are welfare people.
Mm-hmm.
You know? These are people who just, live on drugs and money.
I got to find one of those communities and start banging out those chicks.
Dude, you could find one of those. Just go to Crafton.
Where's Crafton at?
It's not far from where you're living.
Really?
Yeah, it's in a bad part of town. When I used to drive a truck, I used to have to deliver to a grocery house, OK Grocery in Crafton. And that's like a really just, low rent district.
That's what I'm looking for. I want to go somewhere where they think I'm the rich guy.
Yeah, well, the Crafton would be the place.
Is that by the museum or is that by the...
It's not far. Not far from the museum. It's not far from I-79.
Okay.
Yep.
I might have to check that out.
Yeah, it's not far.
Because I would love to get there, too, and just take off to get some fucking welfare pussy.
Yeah. Believe me, there's plenty down in Crafton.
Maybe I could trade it out for fucking passes.
Yeah. Make sure you have your concealed carry with you. It's not a good area. But there's plenty of welfare pussy down there.
Oh, that's what I'm looking for.
Mm-hmm. All right. Anyway, to finish out the story, a hearing for a second case of disorderly conduct when police say occurred in March still needs to be rescheduled. According to officials' office, Warfel remained in York County Prison, where she is set to be released on June 20th. So, little disturbance between the neighbors.
Yeah, no kidding.
Not good.
That is funny.
Mm-hmm. Stop having loud sex. My daughters can hear you.
Right.
I'm sick of this shit. Knock it off.
Listen, honey, I hope the last thing your daughter hears is me fucking this strange guy.
Right.
That's what I hope.
Oh, yeah? Your daughter's hearing me? Listen, daughter, he's fucking all three of my holes.
Yeah. That cancer can't hurt as much as this big cock going into me.
Right. Oh, yeah. Put it in my ass. Put it in my ass. You hear that, little black girl?
Hey, how come the top of your head looks like my shaved pussy?
Wow, that's just wicked.
All right, maybe that was a little over the top.
You crossed the line, Pally.
Sorry, I'm stepping back to the other side of the line.
Right, stop crossing the line.
All right, that was a little hard.
Yeah, Scotty from the Commonwealth got it right. Asshole logistics.
Ah, there you go. Well, there, you said I wasn't engaged before. I'm engaged now.
Yeah, you are. Must be those Smart for Life cookies you're eating.
Ah, it's popcorn.
Okay. So there you go.